Yo, testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Thanks very much for joining us. It looks like we're having technical issues once again. Um, it looks like only through my phone am I able to join and am I able to be heard? So it's maybe Discord doing its foolishness once again. I'm gonna try and reload and reconnect to see if I can fix the problem on my PC. While we're doing that, I can see that you're active in the chat, so let me know how you're doing and if anyone is in the chat competing in today's races, let me know how you feel you're going to do. In the meantime, I'm going to sort out my problems, but I'll still be able to see and interact with your chat. So just bear with me as this goes. Okay, testing 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me now. Again, sorry for the delay. If you can't hear me, as we are about to begin qualifying, the one-shot qualifying for round 6, the Austrian Grand Prix. Australia's next, Austria's now. So let's get ready. It's one-shot quali for the Division 2 race. About to get going very, very soon. It's like I got my sound fixed, so thank you very much for everyone in the chat being able to confirm that for me. But it's just me qualifying for this Division 2 race. Focus, Race will be with us later on for the D1. But all focus on track. We go one-shot qualifying right now. And we're focusing on one of the Pixar. It's entering turn 1. Is it the DJ Norderman? Or FL Cosmos, who's got stuck in the gear as we go. In turn 1, this is turn 2, which is a preparation into turn 3. Just after the 100-meter mark. Missing the apex, but still getting some decent acceleration. A little bit dodgy on the pace shift, but anyway, DRS open for the third time on the lap as we approach turn 4. Also, you want to be patient, but also at the same time, you're anxious to get on the floor straight away. Come through this curve and this across the familiar speed corners. Now parry as much speed as you can and attack quick in pretty much the same way. Around the curve right outside of turn 7, very hard as turn 8, I should say, as you come through and attack the final 2 corners. Now turn to right the curve on the inside. And now turn 10. Don't get too wide, otherwise you're left invalidates. And go across the line to set whatever you can, whichever fastest lap time you can. And it looks like for the 5th, the 3rd time, Beaver has qualified on pole. in one shot quality. It's a 105.095. Qualifies on pole by just under a tenth of a second, with Torb in second place. And as you know, if you've been focusing with us, whoever has qualified on pole position in each of the Division 2 races this season has gone on to win the race. So will that continue? Out of everyone who had a lap, only 7 managed to complete the lap, with many disqualifications along the way, 5 of them. So, well, not exactly a surprise as we as Austria is one of the tracks in which track limit will come and uh, break you at many parts of this circuit. So, well, that is our grid. Beaver on pole with a top once again second place alongside him. Baker, Pinkston, Faith Mersey in fifth. Ninja Star in sixth. Aqua Snipe seventh. And then we have Doc Grump, not only the goat, Cosmos, Onion Look, who did not set times, and everyone else disqualified. You may be seeing that there is rain on track. For the first time in G2, gonna have a little bit of pluie, a little bit of Reagan. It's a little bit of rain in whichever language you speak. You know it's time to get the umbrellas out, theoretically. So, well, will this rain last? We shall see. In the meantime, it's time to for each of the drives in D2 competing to get the setups ready. And everyone in the chat, let us know who you are rooting for, if any, or if you're just here to enjoy the vibes on this here Sunday night. The race is about to get going. The 5 lights are on. And the 5 lights are gone after quite a long pause. Everyone is off the grid pretty much safely. Let's see how they go on and get into turn 1. Got a Mercedes of Benson who's dived up the inside of the Alpine and made it into turn 3. Doesn't look like we've got any incidents of spinners coming out of turn 1 as Fever is away and driving. And approach turn 3. Oh, a little bit close with the Alpine. But everyone has started and begun this first sector. We've got a bit of a world bang in between. Look like DJ Noodleman and Doug Trump in at the back there. But all together, all in all, each one of the drivers has got through the first sector of turn 1 of lap 1 unscathed and looks like no damage. As we have 15 drivers in this race. All these drivers have to do is finish this race and they're guaranteed points. If you don't know, Alf is joining us for the first time in this league, the ABR League of Extraordinarily Average Racers. The points go from first down to 15th place. All you've got to do is make it across the checkered flag, as we see. That is not only the GOAT and Ninja Salt side by side coming through. Turn 8. And the Mercedes has to bail wide, maybe experiencing some understeer or giving a bit too much space to the Aston Martin ahead of him. But now he might have an Aston Martin, another one ahead, as Fighting Man tries to fight his way ahead, isn't able to do so, and not Ninja Salt holds 9th position. Got the order on lap 2 of 25. Fever leads from pole position. Go up behind him in second. Kingston third. Grace Mercy fourth. We've got to switch positions here between the RB and Cosmos going into turn 4. Cosmos has the inside line. Knight will hang around the outside and try and keep his nose in as we approach turn 6. Got around the inside, they're side by side here. Can they sustain it without any touching, not without any injury? And past the top under, which is also 6, 5, and 7. So even though a lot of the drivers were dreading a wet start to this Austrian Grand Prix, It's not provided any mayhem, which is good for each of the drivers and for any of the neutrals expecting a little bit of a mess. Well, you haven't seen that yet. We shall see how it transpires with the laps to go. This is Pinkston getting a little split stream, getting out of the split stream, and now making the move to the good overspeed. Got good traction out turn one and leads through turn three. And we have one driver who seems to have either lost connection or left the session in which either way. Mr. FL goes into two, may be able to rejoin if he's able to do so. But as I said, if you manage to stay in this race, do not retire. You're getting at least 1 point. So as it stands, Fever. And we have an Alpine gone wide. That is Aqua Knight, I believe that was, who was just PPP Baker, I believe, actually, in the Alpine. As we focus on Aqua Snipes, who was behind. So Fever first, Pinkston second, Torb and Mersey, teammates in the McLaren third and fourth. PPP Baker's fifth, sixth Aqua Snipes, seventh Cosmos. We are eighth place. Is leading ninth, Ninja Stars, 10th, Weekend Automat, 11th, Fighting Man 69, and the Ferrari, the one and only Ferrari in this race so far, your boy Viz is 12th. 13th and 14th are the Williams of course Trump and Master, and in 15th is Anyanilo. Closing on top right now, who's in third place, starting second, and he's dropped off in this last lap, lost position to the Mercedes, who is gapping him and forgetting about him as it stands right now, and trying to catch the Red Bull of Fever Guys. Red Bull are leading the World Championships in both the drive, actually, no, just the Drivers' Championship, led by Fever by quite a lead, and she's leading this race. And as I said at the beginning of this one, this driver who is qualified on the pole position has gone on to win the following race. We've had 5 races so far. Fever is going to make that continue with that 100% dispute here. Although Pinkston is trying to face quickly of his own. He's been pretty solid so far this season and been showing some more even more impressive results. So what can he do here? So he's staying well behind, close behind Fever as he try and invite closeness back in the session. And I believe he set a lap slightly faster than the Red Bull ahead of him. So on board you can see that it's wet, but only enough for intermediate tires as we welcome back closeness to the session. It's very tricky for a lot of survivors out there. We do know that there are some who practice bring up through the week only for a dry Austria and pretty much on a setup which suits them. Some drivers preferring a very low setup, but a low downforce setup, I would say, but need some downforce, especially in this section where downforce is very much necessary. The more downforce you have, the more speed you can carry through a corner, of course. You're not going to have that when the rings are pretty much as flat as, well, give a nightly. But as it stands right now, we're second, and Pinkston is trying what he can. You can see him experiencing some honesty, and that's not just because of the hat was set up, but also because of the conditions on track. It was getting a little bit, but just as we think it was taking this lap alone, as Charles has gained a little bit as well. So it's pure racing pretty much, no DRS in these wet weather conditions, as we see first, second, and slightly behind us in the Mercedes, in the McLaren, is third place, always playing top. Already a 5.3 seconds gap between third and fourth places, and that's pretty much the biggest gap that we have on through the field. Extending a little bit, we do have a 5-second, 6-second gap between 14th and 15th places. As I mentioned before, this driver, if they finish this race, will be scoring points as the point system goes from 25 points to 1, down from 1st to 15th places. Unexpected. We already have 3 drivers who have got time penalties against their names, including Gus Crumpus, who's made a move up the inside, a move up into 11th place ahead of Fighting Man and he also had another move up ahead as well. Just trying to see if I can keep an eye on the track map as well as the action you see on screen. As the Mercedes goes wide and surrenders the position to the Williams as Ninja Cell down to 11th place as Doug Trump, Ninja Cell in the Mercedes lost out, and Ninja Doug Trump has gained that position and is now focusing on the kick ahead of him. We got a first driver in the pit. It's not Dakota Ali, who is changing presumably from inches to inches. It looks like the rain has eased off. I don't know if the rain has exactly stopped yet, but we shall see. It does actually look as though it is dry out there. The rain may have stopped, but there will be some lingering wet patches on the circuit. As you can see, as the Mercedes goes a little bit deep, that is the Ninja Star who has compromised himself quite a bit there. And now he's got the Alpine, he's got the two drivers, and the Mercedes has gone off into the gravel. Uh, and all the while was your boy Viz and Fighting Man fighting for 10th place. So your boy Viz managed to make that position and gains a bonus position by the Mercedes going off at turn 6. Not quite dry as it seems now. I did see some wet patches, but you see there are cars coming in to the pit lane as we see it now. And well, the overtake in the pit lane, a bit cheeky as we have Alternate, Fighting Man, Bent, and Oniony taking and grabbing that looks like a white marked hard tires that'll go surely all the way to the end of the race. So that's Fighting Man bouncing it now on the dry tires. We are definitely in the cut in the crossover between if this track is high enough for the dry tires or if the intermediates can sustain. There's some stragglers, including the Williams of Dogs from behind DJ Noodleman as he goes wide out of turn 4. So it's a bit of a struggle now as we are on board with one of the Alpines who is staying on track. The McLaren ahead of him. This is Hyper Snipes and the McLaren has opted to go on the pitch. That's Faith Murray as Beaver actually set the fastest lap of the race. So he's enjoying these intermediate tires. Still, not quite feeling any pain. These tires are not quite falling off yet. But the top 3, as back says in the chat, are risking it so far. If the dry tires get up to temperature, and if this racetrack allows them to, then the dry tires will definitely kick in, and they may well be setting times in the 1 minute 10 at this point. We shall see if these 3 who have not pitted yet, Beaver, Pinkston, and Tor, may have taken the risk by staying out as long as they can. We'll see if they also decide to pit in at this next corner, turn 9. Axel Snipes, I don't think he's pitted in yet. BVB Baker, I don't believe he has. Beaver stays out. What does Pinkston do? Looks like he's staying out as well. No, he's in the pits. Okay, interesting. So a straight line battle for the lead, and Beaver has set the fastest lap, but he stayed out on track. 112.9 may well be faster laps being set by anyone on the dry tire so far as Pinkston and Tor enter the pits. Now remember, the gap between the pair of them, Fever and Pinkston, were only 6 cents between them out of the penultimate corner on lap 9. And as Pinkston seemingly struggling to come out of the pit lane, may have biffed the wall on the exit, but he is out on the white marked hard tires to go to the end as BB Baker and your boy Viz up to go onto the dry tires now. With that, well, perhaps even the mediums might be the choice to go all the way to the ends. They'll be able to lock in, as we see. Bob has selected to go to the mediums. They should be able to make it to the end without too much tire wear. As Bandmaster says the lap time, fastest lap of the race is exactly 1.5 seconds faster than Fever's last fastest lap. So the dry tires are definitely the choice now. Were they the choice a few laps ago? We shall see as Fever is in pit road right now. Oh, There should be no more pits after this. Hard Tires will go to the end without too much fear. DRS is now open, is now available and active. Viz is trying to use it to his advantage, but he had the getting my cars confused today. The Aston Martin of not the goat Ali, who was ahead and was jumping about a little bit as we see Beaver has had his position and his lead taken away from him. Pinkston has mastered the undercut superbly and is now 2 seconds ahead. So he pitted in the lap before and has gained over 2.5 seconds on Fever, who left it too late and has now got to do the catch-up thing if he can on Pinkston. So Pinkston made the right decision to go in a lap earlier. It's kind of a little bit gained on top, who was, I believe, 3+ seconds behind Eva in the lead. Now he's 1.3 as it stands right now. But the most important thing, as we've seen, is the change for position in the lead, and that is due to the crossover taking effect. It started on the intermediate tires. We're about halfway through on lap 11 to half 25, and Pinkston now leads this Austrian Grand Prix. It's round 6 of the average of best races. League of Extraordinarily Average Racers, and Pinkston leads. His gap is already being cut down by Faber, who is warming up those tires straight away as Pinkston has set the fastest lap of the race. 109, and well, Dover's gone even faster than that on the medium tires into the 108 already. We're on board with the other McLaren. This is Space Murphy, who's in fifth. He was in fourth and was looking at the inside, was in fourth in the early stages of the race. And he's now in a direct battle with Aqua Snipes. We are on board with Aqua Snipes right now in fourth place. Entering turn for a little bit of a locking on the tires, but they're fine. The entry is fine, as we see now. Actually, Lever, you can see by the timing on the tower on your left, Lever has well and truly caught Pinkston and maybe trying an assault through. He's following through court and maybe not right here in sector 2. But this is Fever on a little bit of a redemption. He lost a full 2 seconds to Pinkston due to getting one lap later than the Mercedes. And now Pinkston is focusing on ahead of him, but going to have to use his battery tactically. As Fever eases, when he starts to move up the inside, he makes the move and makes it stick. Fever back into first place. DRS, low wings, and a bit of DRS to boot. And now look at him. Got another shot of DRS as he has made it back into the lead with Pinkston. Now he will be trying to hang on to the back of Fever. Does Fever have the pace to drive away as Cosmos has left the second one more time? We may well need another invite to get him back in. Meanwhile, we've seen Fever retake the lead. But is he able to drive away? He was able to drive up to Pinkston, was able to drive past him in turn 1, but can he drive away from him? Meanwhile, this is a three-way battle, as you can see right here. Fever on 3-lap-old medium tires, 4-lap-old medium tires. Pinkston, hard tires, I should say. Pinkston on 4-lap-old hard tires, and Bob is on 4-lap-old medium tires. So it is, it should be on paper that Tob is the faster out of them, out of the three, due to the tire performance alone. But as we know, suspension, aerodynamics, and of course, driver skill is what determines what fast and faster is. Nonetheless, and that is Tob gone in way too hot in turn 3, and he's given the Mercedes a half spin there, and Pinkston has lost position and time due to it. That'll be a penalty incoming if he hasn't received a penalty already. So Tob, well, Miss Chelsea's breaking all the way, but all the way deep, pause, and has compromised Pinkston to the extent of now receiving a penalty. So meanwhile for Fever, it's all good for him because the gap has now gone to 2.5 seconds. So now we're on lap 15 out of 25, 11 laps, including this one to go. Fever leads by 3 seconds Boys Playing Top has got second place in dubious circumstances just about 60 seconds ago. Kingston is in third in the Mercedes. Aqua Snipes has dropped the McLaren of Faith Muzzy in fourth place. Muzzy is in fifth, and he's now got BVB Baker right behind him in sixth place and about to assault him. We'll stay on this one as we see Mars taking the inside line, but he's got nothing that he can do to defend himself from BVB Baker, who's gone deep into turn three. He's able to strain it up and get the traction down. But now it's Mars who's got DRS and spending the rest of his battery as they approach turn forward. He's tempted to move up the inside. So think about it next time. Be patient with it. So that's the change for position. The Aqua Knight back into this is BB Baker to say in fifth place. Rosie in sixth. Seconds down the road from them are the two Click Salvers, DJ Noderman and FL Cousins in eighth. We got yellow somewhere. Maybe a car that's fun. Perhaps the oniony look as he dropped a few position or two. But keeping keeping with the update, in ninth place is Fanmaster. Kenny Williams. And here is the move for second.